According to the Canadians, they met in 2017 at a financial summit in Hamburg. The White House doesn't remember that, so it clearly passed Donald Trump by. But right now, he is meeting the man who has accused the American president of posing an existential threat to his country. I was at Mark Carney's victory rally in Ottawa when he won the election. He said Donald Trump is trying to break us.
No
well,
words
there you go.
there,
All
Mark.
very cordial on the doorstep. No answer to those shouted questions. But, Darren, there will be questions inside the Oval Office. That's where they are headed now for that set piece, side by side, sitting down. And, well, we've seen some spectacles in that environment, haven't we? Volodymyr Zelensky and the rest. I do wonder what response we will have to questions like, do you still want to annex Canada? Why have you imposed punitive tariffs on your neighbour? Do you pose an existential threat to Canada? Do you threaten to undermine the Canadian economy to such an extent that it faces a looming recession? All those questions, it will be interesting from both men to hear their answers and the kind of dynamic that creates in the room, because they are central questions to the relationship between this pair and between neighbours, interconnected neighbours, much dependent on each other on a whole number of levels, but particularly economically and particularly for Canada. 75% of its exports travel south across the border. Donald Trump, in his Truth Social post just a few minutes ago, seeking to frame the terms of this meeting and, I suppose, to introduce that framing into the public realm, talking about the one question that he had, the question of consequence, as he put it. Why is America subsidizing Canada by $200 billion a year, in addition to giving them free military protection and many other things? He says, a lot more in that particular post. It doesn't mention, interestingly or not, the business of annexing Canada, so that appears not to be in his mind when it comes to social media today in the context of this meeting. But clearly, this has the potential for a bruising encounter when it comes to a route forward on the economy, on business, and being good neighbours that are mutually productive.
James, what's fascinating here, of course, is that Mark Carney effectively got elected because of Donald Trump. He was key to that election victory. You covered it, of course. But now he's Prime Minister. That relationship, or he's Prime Minister going to be for the years to come, that relationship is crucial in that the United States could cause, if it wanted to, a lot of damage to Canada, which Mark Carney is very aware of.
Yeah. I mean, you had a situation in Canada where in January, Trudeau was stepping down, having led an unpopular government. He was an unpopular Prime Minister. He'd been in office for close to 10 years. And the election effectively was cut and dried. The Conservatives were 25 points ahead. Then Trump took office. Trudeau stepped down, and that combination turned the election on its axis. The Liberals, Carney's Liberal Party, surged ahead, and he benefited from nationalist sentiment, a sense of patriotism and unity that was prompted amongst Canadians by Donald Trump's threats on tariffs and on annexation. Quite how Carney sees a route forward will be the question for this meeting, questions that he will face from journalists in the room. It's due to start pretty soon.